The In-Laws, Season 2. Part 1. A Story by Eby's Heart. 150 years later, Emmanuel had gathered enough wealth and connections. He had also won and sacrificed a lot of souls for fara. Being a founder of the most popular church in the country made it easier for him to achieve this. He used his rich and flamboyant lifestyle to convince rich-seeking men and women that God had blessed him more than them, because he was a true servant of God. This had been going on for years, and so many desperate wealth seekers have sold their souls to fara. Whenever Emmanuel needs sacrifice, he will simply take a handful of his congregation, either by accident or sickness. He even established many branches across the country. On the surface, gullible people believed they were worshipping God, but deep down, so many rich men and women, politicians, top businessmen and large school owners were coming to worship fara. Underneath every branch of his church is fara's shrine. And Emmanuel, the founder of the church, drinks human blood. Every year, Emmanuel organizes a charity event where he will invite the lowest of the low to his church to come and dine with him. This particular day is also an important day in his cult because he takes the number of persons he needs for his sacrifice. It was during one of such occasions that she came in, dazzling in a white gown. Her aura could be felt by everyone around. "Who is that lady?" Emmanuel asked the shape-shifting demon beside him. In Emmanuel's church, he made them believe he was married with kids, but in reality, the woman that always sits beside him is not even a human being, but a shape-shifting demon. The demon can take the shape, voice, and appearance of anyone it wished to. "I will find out, Juma," the demon responded and left. She was talking with a church member, smiling, but Emmanuel was watching her with discomfort. "Why do I feel uncomfortable looking at this woman? I need to know who she is now," he commanded. After the feast with the poor among his congregation, it was all over the news how humble and generous he is. Everyone prayed to the God of Emmanuel, a rich God. The God blesses his believers with riches. By the time they could ask questions about who she was, she had left. The next Sunday, she was at the front seat of the church, dancing and clapping like everyone. At the end of the church service, a lady usher approached her. "Welcome to Children of God's Church. We can see you are a new member. Our Papa will like to speak with you," the usher said, smiling. The lady laughed and said, "Speak with me? Is that how he speaks with everyone that joins the church? I don't want to speak to him," the lady said and left. Emmanuel became very upset at her response. "Follow her and find out where she stays," Emmanuel commanded his men. They followed her. She walked out of the gate and kept walking. She walked all through to a big gate and entered. The men who had been following her parked at a distance to see where she entered. But we're surprised to see what was written in front of the gate. "The city cemetery." They both fell on each other while running. "She is living in a cemetery. I doubt if she is a human being," they informed Emmanuel. Emmanuel laughed and said, "So a poor ghost wants to try me. The most popular demon in hell. If she ever show her face here again, I will teach her a lesson." The next Sunday, she was at the front seat again, smiling and dancing like the other congregants. She even gave a testimony. When the service ended, she joined the queue of congregants waiting for Emmanuel to lay hands on them. When it got to her turn, she leaned closer to Emmanuel and whispered, "I will be your nightmare from now, get ready." Emmanuel froze on his sit. She then walked out through the door and disappeared.